We're always transparent about what happens here at Roland Martin Unfiltered. I want to bring you up to date on something. So y'all might remember back in July 2022, that horrible accident when our driver, Deshaun Smith, was leaving Essence. This took place in Alabama. This was the result of our Sprinter. It was completely total. There was this driver who was playing road games who jumped in front of him, and it completely totaled our Sprinter. And so what then happened is we needed a new vehicle. And I then began to communicate with a black-owned company, someone I knew from Dallas. Her name is Winsor Barbee. The company was called Sterling Luxury Auto. And so we were talking about building a new Sprinter. And so we sent her company $174,000 for a new Sprinter. Y'all might remember when her office opened in Kansas City. Go and roll a video. I traveled there, and I was there, and I visited the place, and this was the shop that was there. They were working on all of these other vehicles, and they had a big old, ribbon cutting, and preacher was praying. And while we were there, this is a photo. Right, that's the ribbon cutting there, and all the different workers. And this was the photo. This is the photo you see right here. I'm showing right now my iPad. This was with the Mercedes team, and I took a photo with them, and I sat down with them, and we went over the whole deal. Because what I wanted was, of course, for us to, when we spend our money supporting black-owned companies, and so that's what this was. And so then, we were talking about a vehicle being delivered, and then so she hit me up and said in June 2023 that a vehicle was done and was being transported to us, being driven here. And then said that there was an accident in Ohio where there was somebody had hit it, and then she got with the Mercedes team. They did not want to send me a repaired vehicle, wanted to send a new vehicle. Well, at that time we started talking, and I really began to reassess the Sprinter, and do we need a bigger vehicle? This is the vehicle that we ended up getting. This vehicle right here, you see it right here. And so we got this from a company out of Pennsylvania. But what then began to happen is, so we began to work on that, and so I started getting updates from her saying what was being built, and this was what's going on. We're starting work in January of 2024, and then I was like, hey, we need this vehicle because we're going to be on the road doing stuff, covering the Kamala Harris campaign. And so as we got into April and May and June, I'm like, hey, what's going on? Then I started asking for photos. I said, hey, I need to see something. What's the status of what's going on? And I felt I was getting the runaround, and I kept asking. And finally, in September, I finally said, listen, I'm flying to Kansas City. I want to meet with the company. I want to sit down with them because I was asking for photos, and you're telling me you saw the vehicle, but you can't send me photos and videos. And I'm like, okay, something is not right. So I fly to Kansas City. I get the runaround. Told this company it's 40 miles from the airport. In fact, they were about 90 miles from the airport. So I literally go out. To this place in Missouri. And it was like, okay, I'm meeting. Then Winsor Barbee sends me a photo saying, oh, that the company, that they had a fire at their office. And so they were going to meet me at the home of individuals. And so they were driving the vehicle there. Okay, got it. Uber drops me off there. And I'm literally standing out there for an hour. Never showed up. They never showed up. And I said, listen, I want my money back. And we got a series of runarounds, this and this, and talking to the insurance company. I was dealing with white racists there. I'm trying to I'm dealing with, and so from September 24 through November, all I got were excuses as to where's our money? And finally, we had to file a lawsuit. We had to file a lawsuit against her and her company, and we did so. We got, in November, we got a default judgment. We never could serve her, and we got a default judgment for $555,000, $555,200, plus $13,020 in attorney's fees. This here is the notice of default judgment that we got from the state of Texas. And I made it clear. And again, it was just lie after lie after lie. I have all the text messages. And it was just, oh, I'm working on this, working on that. Hey, I'm going through the insurance company. Okay, great. You're going through the insurance company. Okay, send me the name of the insurance company. Send me the claim number. Send me the contact person. Never happened. My CFO, it never happened. Now, Winsor Barbee, I knew her from there. She's worked many political campaigns. In fact, when I gave the MLK speech in Dallas, she was there at the event with her daughter. And so the problem I have is, again, we wanted to work with a black-owned company. And this company screwed us. Now, let me be real clear. I made it clear to folks that if we work with black-owned companies, we work with others. Well, there was nobody else we could find to get a vehicle, so we got our new vehicle. Everything is well, and you know what they did? They were giving me updates, and then when they were building it, I was getting photos every single week, showing me the progress. That never happened, and so I made it clear to Winsor, you screwed black people. Black people donated to this show and gave them money. You screwed over black people for $174,100. And now we have this default judgment of $555,000. And I made it clear to her I was going to do this story publicly. And my deal is you need to repay us. And again, I got the emails and text messages going to get done. But I wanted y'all to understand why it took so long. We did not get our replacement vehicle until May of 2025. The accident was in July of 2022. And that's because we got the runaround from Winsor Barbee and Sterling Luxury from December 2022 all the way through May 2000. As a matter of fact, I got the runaround up through September 2025. I did not want to file a lawsuit. The lawsuit cost me money to file the suit, so I lost $174,100 saying to her, plus I lost money getting with a lawyer, but it needed to be on the record, and I'm being perfectly clear to Winsor and anyone associated with her. We are going to go after our money. We're going to recoup our money. And I made it perfectly clear. So I just wanted to give y'all an update of that. I waited, my lawyer, I waited for the default judgment to be final. The default judgment was final in December. I sent her an email saying we were gonna do this, never responded, never replied at all. And so when you do business right. And I even told her, be upfront honest with me. Tell me what happened. It was always a bunch of lies, and that's all it was. And again, I have all the text messages, you name it. And so folk just wanted to understand, and again, this is who she is right here. This is who she is. And we sat there, and I went there, and all this sort of stuff. We were excited about doing this here. And this is what is so crazy. She got calls from people after we ran the video on the show of the opening. People were reaching out saying they wanted to get vehicles because we were associated with. Could have made a whole bunch of money selling other vehicles if you had done business right. Again, the judgment's for $555,200. It's official, state of Texas. This is the seal, like I said. This is the actual judgment that was filed right there in Dallas County, and so you can see it right here. And so we gonna always be upfront when we talk about how money is being spent. Listen, I get paid speeches and I get for my books and stuff like that. That's separate money. But when it comes to this show, I'm going to sit here and protect the resources that we're given to do the work that we do. So just letting y'all know about that.